Streaming myths are getting out of hand. Every day I see a tweet or a TikTok from some stream coach who charges $50 an hour to give you advice, despite, never growing their own audience. And the advice they're spouting is often just outright wrong or misleading. I've been creating content as LJ for 4 years now, and I wanted to cover 5 of the most common myths I see, because it feels like they're starting to get dangerous. These are myths that can get you banned, stop your growth, but more importantly, just stop you and your community's enjoyment. Let's get right into it. View count. Holy shit. Every 6 months, streamer Twitter is losing their mind about how Twitch has some weird rules around what counts as a viewer. And sneaky Twitch won't tell us the truth, no. It's usually related to people struggling to get affiliate or partner, and it leads to the most brain-dead conversations ever. So let's clear this up for everyone. View count is the total number of viewers currently watching your stream. It takes a few minutes to update when someone joins or leaves. And no, just because you have dozens of people in your viewer list or chat list doesn't mean you have an issue of real viewers not counting towards your view count. If someone appears in a chat list, it does not mean they are watching your stream. It just means they have the chat window popped open. For someone to count as a viewer, they need to have the stream playing regardless of if they are logged in or not. All sorts of bots, troller accounts, and other things can appear in the chat list. And unless you're being actively bot rated or have serious issues, you shouldn't bother looking at it while you're live and getting upset that it doesn't match your view count. Now let's quickfire correct a few stupid theories about view count. Your stream must be unmuted for the viewer to count. No, the stream does not need to be unmuted for it to count as a viewer. The tab or Twitch window can be muted entirely. Viewers must talk to count. No, a viewer does not need to talk in chat to count. If the video is playing, it will count. Lurkers, I see you. Don't be pressured to talk, just vibe. Bots like Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and more count towards your view count, so add multiple bots to help you reach affiliate. No, they don't, you absolute donkey. They don't join the stream and watch the video, they just join chat, which as we know doesn't count. You can't watch multiple streams at once and count as a viewer. No, you can watch a few at once and count, but if you go overboard, it can stop working. The stream must be in front and not minimized or hidden behind other tabs. No, this would not only ruin Twitch's total user numbers, but also their ability to ever sell ads to any brand. Let's be real, most viewers are playing games and not staring aggressively at their streamer, but also, how would Twitch even be able to tell this? Look, if the video is playing, it counts you. Mobile viewers count less because the stream is in the background. Wrong, if the audio is playing or if it's just minimized, it will count as a viewer until it naturally pauses. You need to tell raiders to refresh after a raid or they won't count towards affiliate and partner goals. No, absolutely wrong. First, this is against terms of service to try skew your numbers in the partner application. But also, Twitch can tell if a viewer is a raider, whether they refresh or not. I don't care that I don't have higher viewers live, my VODs get loads of viewers after the fact. Sadly, wrong. VOD views were changed a few years ago, and now the views in them reflect live views that you got. Live views are every single person or account who clicks your stream and sees the video, but it also counts people who leave and then return. So if a viewer clicks your stream, leaves and returns, that's 2 live views, but 1 unique viewer. The short answer is your VODs aren't being watched more after you finish your stream. You just get that many individual clicks while live, whether from real people who instantly leave or from bots trolling through the site. And now I need a favor. Are you watching this? I have included a link to the official Twitch page in the description that explains all of this in detail. Next time you see someone spreading more weird theories around view count, just link them that link and say, hey, maybe you just need to make more discoverable or better content, rather than ignoring the fact those numbers are real people watching you. Maybe appreciate those real people who are watching, and hey, don't get upset that the bots in your chat list don't count towards it. Moving on, this might seem silly, but I really wanted to include this because every day I get comments from genuinely concerned creators who worry they aren't intense enough or high energy enough to grow as streamers. Being yourself as a content creator is incredibly difficult. I often get called disingenuine because I have days where I'm really excited, and then I have days when I'm really calm. And this weird pseudo-parasocial judgment creators get often makes you feel like you aren't enough. But you have to remember that you watch content too. You likely act, behave, talk, and create content that appeals to yourself. And you're not special. You're not unique, despite what your mum tells you. There are hundreds of thousands of people like you, and that's a good thing, because those hundreds of thousands of people are your audience. This doesn't mean you shouldn't carefully think about how to package and create content that's engaging or clickable. It just means the core content, the authentic you that you put into the content, is okay to be calm, excited, horny, mad, angry, whatever you choose. Just, you can be yourself. Don't let someone who's never met you or felt the touch of another living soul push you to pretend to be someone you're not. Okay, let's talk myths and advice that will get you banned. This is one of my favorite. If a piece of copyrighted music, sound, or video is under 7 seconds in length, it's safe to use because of fair use. Yeah, that's not true. This is a myth perpetuated from radio stations back in the day who used copyrighted music and sound effects as stingers, and then it became a thing on YouTube because the copyright detection struggled to pick up shorter clips, when in reality, it's just not true. Fair use, in the simplest way I can explain it to you, is determined by being transformative. So parody, critique, education, and while using smaller amounts of work might help you towards a fair use argument, you still need to transform, critique, parody, or use those small amounts of copyrighted material in a way that could be considered educational. You can't watch a 2-hour-long movie in full and then throw in a bit of commentary here and there, but you could watch it offline, then show clips of it, and cut back to you making those jokes, critique, parody, and more in a cut down 15-minute video that breaks the movie down in a funny or educational way. You might still get a copyright claim or a takedown for doing this, but that isn't YouTube or whatever platform doing that. It's the rights holder deciding they don't want their work used that way. And while it might be fair use, it's now up to you to argue that. And yes, that does mean that all of those streamers using music, sound effects, and videos they don't own as alerts, or all those memes that you use in your videos aren't actually safe, despite them always quoting those weird 7 seconds or sometimes 30-second rules. People who quote this are the same types of people who drop a hot dog on the sidewalk and then eat it despite it being covered in dog shit, because hey, 5-second rule, right? And in the exact same category, our next myth, something that even stream education channels, people devoted to teaching you the way, who are the experts, seem to always get wrong, and that is the Twitch VOD track tool. If you don't know, using OBS, you can select a Twitch VOD track and use it to essentially play music to your stream, but it won't be saved to your Twitch VOD. People constantly spread the advice that you can use this tool to protect yourself from copyright strikes, because hey, copyright music won't appear in your VOD. And well, this just isn't true. You can receive live copyright strikes for using copyrighted music or materials. Sure, it's less likely, but why risk it? It's happened in the past, it can happen again, but next time you might get caught up in it. And yes, big streamers do play copyrighted music, but big streamers often bring in enough money that when they get banned, it will only be for a few days. They'll get a lot of publicity from it on Twitter where people are outraged about it, and then they come back and get a massive uptick in paid subs. For a big creator, it's a mini vacation, but you're not a big creator. You can't get away with things like this. So next time you want to use copyrighted music, ask yourself if it's worth risking your entire channel. And if you desperately need to play it to entertain your viewers, well, you should take a hard look at your content, because your stream should be fun to watch whether you use copyrighted material or not. And no, your 15 viewers are not marketing and exposure for the talented musician who put their heart and soul into making music. Shut up. And before you get your panties in a twist, why does copyright get treated as an evil thing for musicians but not for artists who draw, paint, or create other forms of art? If in 2024 we're going to rally against AI in games, TV, and art to protect our creators, then why are we suddenly so okay with stealing from musicians? If someone creates something, they get to choose how it gets used, not you. And honestly, in 2024, there is no reason to use music you don't have the rights to use, because there are so many fantastic and better alternatives, like today's sponsor, Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound has over 40,000 songs, 90,000 sound effects, all restriction-free. You can use them all as much as you want on any social media you want, all under one license. I've used Epidemic Sound for over 4 years now for all of my streams and videos, not only for simple background music, but for literally any situation. Whether I'm taking on Godric for the 30th time and need to hype my viewers up so they can pretend that I'm gonna actually beat him this time, or if I want them to feel sorry for me as they gift me more subs. They've got something for everyone, and right now, using the link in the description, you can get a free trial to add the perfect soundtrack to your content. You can check out their music and sound effects for free before you sign up as well. So if you want to support me and protect yourself from copyright strikes, check out the library with the link in the description. With that public service announcement done, let's talk about bans. There is this myth that Twitch is more likely to ban you than any other platform, that they're more strict, more controlling, and more intense. But at the end of the day, this also isn't true. The reason this gets passed around so much is because at its core, the thing Twitch has and will always do best is be parasocial. Viewers love their streamers and they are incredibly committed to them. So when they get banned, especially if they feel the ban is unjust, they will yell much louder than any other platform, which doesn't have more intense terms of service than other sites like YouTube or TikTok. If anything, YouTube's automated system is more likely to ban you. And don't even get me started on TikTok banning you for swearing or showing any kind of horror gaming content. If you're risking a ban or worried about being banned, it isn't Twitch that is the problem, because it's very easy to exist on this platform and any platform and make content without that risk breathing down your neck. Now, are bans inconsistent? consistent on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch has a history of inconsistency, but so does every platform. Every year, creators call out YouTube and TikTok for favoritism, treating big creators better earning creators better, or brand-friendly creators better. But again, Twitch is so community-focused, they're just much louder on Twitter. Genuinely, if anything, it's harder to be banned on Twitch because it's all live, whereas TikTok and YouTube reports can come in 24/7 from people, and they have so many automated systems that can go wrong. And I know I said there were only 5 myths, but I'm feeling a little spicy today, so let's go for a baker's half dozen and say in 2024, we need to shame people who spread the idea the algorithm is a mystery. This is simply lazy. Seriously, we have understood and known how TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube work for years. If you make a piece of content that is interesting enough to get a click and engaging enough to retain viewers, then you will be promoted more. If you release a piece of content and it doesn't get views, it isn't the algorithm being a mystery. It's probably just not very good, and nobody wants to admit that. YouTube has entire official channels, which I will link in the description, devoted to helping you understand that if you make content that is idea-focused and valuable to your audience, you'll succeed. Myself, Reaps, and Sharky proved this point with YouTube Shorts. Everyone said it was a mystery. Nobody understood how to get views on YouTube Shorts. But after months of testing, the three of us found that actually, to get millions of views, you just have to follow a few simple rules of the format. We figured that out, got millions of views, publicly shared that knowledge, and people still think it's a mystery. If you want to learn what those are, then click right here and let's stop making excuses in 2024. See you guys next week.